Good Yom Tov, good Yom Tov, good Yom Tov. Before I explain to you why the good Yom Tov, let us take some L'chaim. I have over here Koshel Bracha, wine from the Rebbe to say L'chaim on, and Baruch Ato Melech Olam Boirei Pri Hagofen. L'chaim, L'chaim friends, L'chaim to the whole world. Please do so. Take a cup, wine, mashke, whatever you have, and say L'chaim. Now you're wondering why. So before I explain it to you, let us say today, in honor of Rosh Chodesh Kislev, let us say the last chapter of Tehillim, the happy chapter, and we'll sing it together. Hallelujah, hallelujah, b'kodshoy, hallelujah, b'kiyahu zoy, hallelujah, b'gvuroi sov, hallelujah, karoiv gudloi, hallelujah, b'seika shoifor, hallelujah, b'nevel v'chinoir, hallelujah, b'soifu mochoil, hallelujah, b'minim v'yugov, hallelujah, b'tziltzelei shoma, hallelujah, b'tziltzelei serua, koil ha'neshama, hallelujah, hallelujah. And we give some tzedakah, and now let me tell you what's the yontif. Rosh Chodesh Kislev, the first day of the month of Kislev. 1977, Tov Lamed Ches, during the Akafot, during the dancing of Shmini Atzeres, in 770, at one point, at the fifth Akafot, the Rebbe started leaning on his stender, something that he never does. He turned very pale. They realized that something is happening, something is not so physically well with the Rebbe. They asked 770, thousands of people there to empty the place. There should be more air. Rabbi Groner asked the Rebbe, should we stop the Hakafas? The Rebbe went and continued the Hakafas, the seventh Hakafa. He went, finished the services, went upstairs to his sukkah, made Kiddush and his sister done wine, not in grape juice, and after that he went to his room, and that's when he allowed the doctors to come in. What turned out, what the Rebbe had at that moment, a massive heart attack. Dr. Ira Weiss, one of the chief physicians looking after the Rebbe, world-renowned cardiologist who flew in from Chicago, said that on a scale from 1 to 10, the Rebbe had a 10. Surviving this is miraculous. For 38 days, the Rebbe convalesced in his room. He refused to go to the hospital. He said, my place is in 770 in here. This is where I'm going to get my cure. This is where I'm going to get better. Being next to my chassidim, hear my chassidim dancing and singing, and as they sang then, the Rebbe first they said, Ved sein gesund, will be well, and then he changed it, the Rebbe is gesund, the Rebbe is well, and indeed. Then on Rosh Chodesh Kislev, after 38 days, the Rebbe left 770 and went home. The outpouring of celebration, of seeing the Rebbe after 38 days, that we hadn't seen the Rebbe because he was, quote unquote, imprisoned in his room, was beyond it. 10 years later, Tov Shin Mem Ches, Shnas Tismach, the Rebbe hand distributed to the Shluchim, and only to the Shluchim, at the Kinnis of Shluchim at the annual gathering, a discourse, a mimer that he had said 10 years earlier on this Motzei Shabbos, a discourse based on the verse of the parsha of this week, where Yaakov Avinu says, "V'shavti b'sholem el beis avi, v'oya Hashem li le'elokim." What's the story? Yaakov is fleeing, leaving Beersheba because his brother wants to kill him. On his way, after 14 years, he's resting on the mountaintop. And he has this famous dream of the angels going up and down. And he realizes that this is a special moment, this is a special place, and he realizes what is his mission is the ladder which is fusing heaven and earth. His task is to fuse heaven and earth. So he says, Yaakov makes a vow, Im yeh Elokim imodi, if God will be with me. Ushmorani b'derech hazeh, and He will protect me physically in this way. V'nasan li lechem lechel uveged lilbosh, He will give me bread to eat and clothing to wear. V'shavti b'sholem ad beisav, I will return in peace. My father's home. V'yashem li Elokim, God will be my God. And then he says, the stone is the monument upon which this will be the house of God. The Rebbe in this discourse discusses it Kabbalistically, but just a little glimpse. Bread represents the study of Torah. Garment represents the mitzvahs. Yaakov Avinu says, I need protection for my own personal spirituality, my own study of Torah, my own mitzvahs. But I understand that my mission is not just there to go improve myself, but to transform the stones, the world, the mundane, into become for it a God's home. And that it says, V'shavti b'sholem, I will come back in peace. B'sholem, which means complete. Complete is when not only am I perfect, but when I see that to transform my surroundings into godliness, into holiness, then Yeh Beis Elokim, this is becoming God's home. God's home is what? Mashiach, the Beis Hamikdash. So Rosh Chodesh Kislev is the perfect day for Mashiach to come and to find ourselves with the Rebbe as Melech HaMashiach in the Beis Hamikdash.